Okay, if you want to say anything generally, now's your chance. The thing's on, and I'm just looking at you.
Ja. So, ja, machen wir es auf Deutsch, ne?
Wie du magst, ist es halt für Company, ich
Ja,
weiß
wenn's
nicht.
für, ja, okay, ja, for the company, okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we'll do a quick tutorial on how to play versus the greatsword, because we heard that many people don't know how to dodge and how to counter the greatsword. So we're trying to give a quick example. We're gonna start the duel now.
Sh-
What greatsword players usually do.
Do you want me to try and move at all, or are you just going to show the attacks
No, no, no,
first?
don't move for now.
Okay,
We do that in a second.
yeah.
So what they usually do, right? They don't just straight up run into you and do random abilities or just attack you straight up, because as you can see, my heavy attack, if it's not in any stance, it's kind of slow and very predictable, right? So what every greatsword player wants to do is to proc his onslaught stance, means his offensive stance, before he's actually engaging in combat with you. The usual hunter, of course, there's different builds, but usually they have the relentless rush ability, the spin, or the skyward slash. With those two abilities, they can activate the onslaught stance unless they have the chance to get a free heavy attack in. For example, if you're a musket and you're standing like this and you're shooting at someone, right? Like pew pew pew, then the best thing to do would be just to do a heavy attack like this, and then I have my onslaught stance procced, right? So I can just go with the heavies. As you can see, they are way faster than they've been before. It will run out in a second, so you can see, and it's slow again,
Can you
right?
just
And
stand
now
still for a
procced.
second? So
Yes.
when you're in onslaught stance, do you hold the sword different?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
hold it different. You see,
Okay. Yeah.
that's like
This is
no stance
normal.
at
Okay,
all.
so when it's up, it's normal.
This is the defensive stance,
Okay, like a
okay,
parry. Yeah.
like a parry,
Yeah.
and this is the
Okay.
onslaught stance,
Okay,
right?
perfect. All right.
So
So
if
when
you
you're
hold it behind your back like a Naruto anime runner or whatever, that's when
Naruto. Yeah.
he's very vulnerable, but also deals way more damage. Okay,
Gotcha.
this is neutral.
If you get
So
CC'd, does it break the stance?
no, it does
Okay.
not.
Okay.
It does not break it at all. The only thing where you can take it off is either by it running out or changing the stance.
Gotcha.
That's the only way. So if you see a hunter is in the attack stance and onslaught stance, that's where you want to dish in all the damage you have, because he's super vulnerable, especially if it's in animations like this, like the skyward slash, right?
Mhm.
This one, he's taking so much damage and he cannot really dodge out of it.
Mhm.
So, but when he does um, the thrust,
Mhm.
then he's way more tanky, you could say. Okay,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
you want to deal as much as damage as you can, as long as he deals the slash, the spin, or the slash. That's when you can actually beat the greatsword.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Mhm.
So next thing, the abilities itself. Okay, usually, okay, with the redo the duel, yeah, that's fine.
The longest draw.
Yeah. Um, Usually, a good hunter will try to get as many empower stacks on his greatsword as he can, which he can do with certain abilities from the tree. He usually will roll at you, because for a dodge, see, you see the buff on me? I
Mhm.
get
10?
empower, right? Yes, for 10 seconds. So
Oh, 10 seconds.
just literally by dodging, I get 10-second empower, 10% more damage. Plus, I do the spin, I get another 10% empower, right?
Mhm.
So that's your way of buffing yourself. And you also have in the Defiant Stance tree an ability called Blade Honing, which means for every buff from a greatsword that you have, you get 3% more damage. So
Jesus
you want to
Christ.
stack as much plus 15% from the onslaught stance. So you're dealing basically 40% more damage. That's why
Does it count
the
against empowerment cap, or is that all separate plus damage?
the onslaught stance does not count against empowerment cap. The other empowerments do
The
count.
one that actually look like
But
empowerments, the
you
buff.
exactly, but you
Yeah.
usually will not hit it. It's
Okay.
really hard to have all up at the same time. And in my opinion, if you run Keely Empowered on it, it's
Hmm.
still worth it because you barely have up all at the same time, right?
Okay.
So that would be just the perfect scenario to play it. Um, when the greatsword is engaging you, you have to be aware. Usually, like good players, in my opinion, they usually start already with the dodge, right? So get the
Mhm.
empower,
Mhm.
plus the relentless freedom. Because even if it doesn't root you, like you're still slowed, right? If
Mm.
you're slowed right now, right?
Yeah.
And if I time my relentless rush like that, I will be close behind you, right? And if I do a heavy attack after,
Mm.
because of the slow, it usually will hit you. Okay,
Mm.
it
Mhm.
still will hit you, even if you're trying to dodge roll away.
So
So
your
that's
ideal combo is roll a relentless directly and then directly an attack on the back.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And you will always, they usually will always do heavy attacks, not light attacks. Because if
Mhm.
you see, right,
It's huge.
that's a
The
light
range is
attack.
huge. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a light attack. And now see the difference. Now I'm in onslaught stance and doing heavy attacks. It's
Mm.
just a tiny bit slower, just a tiny bit slower, but deals like
Mhm.
double the damage. It's like every greatsword player who's doing like light attacks like this is completely inting. The
Okay.
only way when greatsword players usually
Yeah.
should do it or will do it if they're good
Yeah.
is if the target is at like 5% health or something, you're 100% sure you finish him off
With one
and you
hit.
can surprise him. Yeah, you can surprise your enemy
Mhm.
because it's even faster than animation, right? I sometimes mix those light attacks in
Mhm.
if I know my enemy will expect a heavy attack coming, right? So to just put him off balance, right?
Can you try that
Um,
combo? I want to try something.
the full combo.
Yes. Now that I
Okay,
know
sure.
what you're gonna do. Ah, draw.
It just ran out.
Perfect timing. What's
Change,
the
change.
cooldown on the spin?
It's usually I think. Wait, let me check. I think it's 13 seconds.
Oh, that's
No,
fast.
it's 19 seconds. But
Uh,
with all the refreshing and stuff that
yeah.
I'm running, it's way faster.
Okay, so we're
It's
looking
way
at basically between 15 to 20 seconds, basically.
yeah, usually most hunters, I'd say rather 15 seconds.
Okay, but that's a good
15
thing to
seconds.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, 15 seconds. But the stab, like this one,
Mhm.
if you hit it, it reduces all of the other cooldowns by
Mm.
20%. So usually the combo is the stab thing you do in the end.
Mhm. To
So
get
you
your
can
cooldowns back.
reset. Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
Ugh.
Okay. So
Gross.
I'm gonna pull a full combo on you now, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you can do that.
Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to check if I know what's coming, if I can iframe the spin or not. And the answer is
It is
yes.
iframeable. It is
Yeah,
iframeable,
yeah.
yes.
Because I haven't been able to, so that's what I just wanted to see is like
I
where's the
mean, if you
iframe?
know it's coming and it's coming from a distance, it's way easier. Like if I'm
Yeah.
closer,
Yeah, yeah.
it's way harder, right?
Right, right, right. But now that I know that you actually want to start with a dodge, that was also interesting to learn, like that you get that
Yes, yes.
empower.
Again, not every greatsword player is doing that,
Mhm.
but many are. Many are. If they want to maximize the damage output and they're 100% sure they're going to kill their target, right?
Mhm.
So that's when they do it.
But I think
Um,
for me as a shield hunter, I think knowing like that they go into onslaught stance, that's what I want to pop the shield bash. Though of course you'll berserk out of it, but like yeah, just trying to find the right time to catch you basically is interesting information.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Next part. Can you heal up really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what you want to do, right? Usually you need to get a timing for the heavy attack that follows. Okay, so don't dodge my spin because sometimes
Yeah, it's an
I come
ambush.
from the back, right?
Mhm.
It's an ambush, right? You don't see it coming. But the attack that's coming afterwards, there's only two options what a hunter is going to do. Because if he would do this the stab, he will take damage away from him, right? He's
Mm.
back into the slow heavy attacks.
Mm.
If he's doing full damage, he doesn't want it. So the only options he's having is he's after the relentless rush, he's either doing the heavy attacks
Or the skyward.
or the skyward slash.
Mm.
Yes.
Mhm.
So there's like a 50-50 chance. Like some
Okay.
people want to do this, some people want to do this. I personally, I go for the heavy attack first because
Mhm.
usually people over dodge. And
Mm.
then the skyward slash is a great gap closer.
You
Okay.
wait for them to gray bar themselves maybe and panic. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I will
I
try to
I definitely do
demonstrate it
it if I
now.
see a great star. I'll be honest, I gray bar myself.
Yeah.
It's big and scary.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll do the relentless rush, and
Yep.
after that you just dodge. Okay.
Mhm.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Could have
Yeah.
dodged one
So
more time, but yeah. Yeah.
yeah, keep. Let's try that again.
Yep.
So you can get the thing is you just need to get a hang of the timing of the greatsword,
Mm-hmm.
because
So I won't use any
compared
abilities. I'm just gonna try an
compared
iframe.
to other great weapons like the great axe or the hammer, like it's slightly faster,
Hmm.
and people just from the whole year of playing, the muscle memory
Right. Right.
is people just dodge at a certain timing, right?
Yeah,
So
you're
it's
right.
way
It's a
harder to
tempo.
dodge a greatsword, but it's perfectly possible. Okay, so yeah, yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
it can be done. Like it
Yeah.
can be done.
Uh,
But usually, I'll do it again now.
mhm.
I also link the heavy attacks
With the
with
animation
yeah
cancel.
with the animation cancel and the
Mm,
skyward slash. So
gross. Oh
yeah,
shit. I should. Oi. Oh. Oi.
yeah.
Ah.
See, that's
Uh,
like you definitely want to evade the skyward slash,
the first and
especially if
second,
you heal.
or I know definitely 100% the second, but
Yes, I mean, you basically want to dodge both because both are fatal for you. Because if the first one hits you, you get the
mm,
full rend and disease on you,
oh god.
which
Yeah, yeah.
especially as a healer, right? You get
Mhm.
triple rend because if I'm in the onslaught stance, the special ability is it applies one additional rend, so it will apply 3 stacks of rend on you
Oh
if
my
I'm in the
god.
onslaught stance,
Oh
which
my
I will
goodness.
be if I'm doing the relentless rush, right? Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's why you basically want to try to iframe both. And the second one is way easier to dodge. It seems hard because people just try to gain distance. That's the worst thing you can do against it. So if I'm doing the first animation, you try to just dodge the second part. Okay, I do the full combo again on you.
Mhm. So I should eat the rush and then dodge the skyward.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Oh fuck. Ah, it's
See that the second, yeah,
hard.
it's fine, it's fine. It's hard. I know it's hard.
The first,
But
especially the
let
first one with the cancel, it's so fast. Like the
yes, yes,
second
yes.
is easy to dodge, I feel like, but oof.
But usually the hunters do like heavy attack into skyward slash
Mhm.
whenever they see a dodge because you wait, stand still.
Yeah.
You see the distance we're having right now, right?
Yeah.
It's still connecting. Like it
Oh, because
basically
you've got that little
it's
lunge.
yes, it's a lunge. It's a get closer. And see how far you're still standing from me?
Yeah, yeah.
That still hits. Right? So
Yeah.
I have like this like 2 or 3 body lengths
Mhm.
to get close on you, right?
It really makes my
So
sword look small. I feel a little. I don't like
yeah.
this. I don't like this.
Yeah, so that's the issue with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So try a little bit more to just dodge my attacks, okay? You just
Yeah.
try to dodge everything now. Just try to dodge everything. So
Okay, I still won't use abilities. I'll just dodge and move.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Whoa, shield bash.
Yeah, I mean you can also I mean
It,
use the shield the dash to get out of it, out of range.
true, true, true. All right, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use cooldowns, but only defensively, just to
Sure,
see.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
Just yeah, that's good.
Mm,
As long as I'm in this stance, it's way more predictable.
yeah. Ah, yeah,
to,
yeah.
to, to dodge it. So you basically want to survive the time when he's in Ordsland stance.
Yeah, when he's
But
in
he
Naruto stance.
always
Mhm.
but he always will trigger it again. Like it refreshes, right? Whenever I do a
Mm.
heavy attack and it hits,
Mhm.
it's going back. Okay?
Mhm.
So
And that's 10
that's
seconds.
it's 10 seconds, yes.
Okay, but as long as you're in it, you take 15% more damage.
Exactly, yes.
Okay,
You
so
take more damage, but you deal more damage.
so would you say like as a counter hunter, basically what I want to do is dodge as much of your combo as possible and then punish you for being in onslaught. So whether that's like auto
Yes, yes, yes,
attacks with the
yes.
hatchet or interrupt with the shield bash, but
But
just basically.
the best advice I can give you is to just survive the initial burst.
Mhm.
Okay? So like I think if you would play Hatchet,
Mhm.
it's super effective against the Greatsword because like when you're fighting me with a Greatsword, um, my attacks are still way slower, right?
Mhm.
So if you're staying close to me, it's way harder to navigate with the great sword
Mhm. If
because like
I'm yeah.
you can just go around, right? My heavies they just go in random directions,
Mhm.
right? You see, it's I
Mhm.
mean,
Oh, wow. That backslap is big.
yeah, sometimes it hits, but
Yeah.
that's the
Oh,
part
divide death.
where
Yeah.
can actually out damage, like if you pull up a berserker
Yeah.
and do stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
That's where you can out damage the greatsword, right?
Cool.
And when you're having a hatchet out, you
Mhm.
can just use the social distancing for whenever he's doing the second part of the skyward slash. Like he's, going down like this, and in that part you just do yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And then you fully engage on him, right? You can take the sword and shield and just leaping strike him, do whatever.
Gotcha. Let's give it
Yeah,
one shot. I'm gonna just try and pressure you with the hatchet then. See how that
sure,
works.
sure.
You've got no stuns, right? You've just got slows and whatnot.
Yes.
Okay, so if I see you coming, I'm just gonna be super aggro. Do that. Ah.
See?
Yeah.
If,
Okay.
if I'm
Interesting.
only if
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
only on the greatsword,
Right. Right.
I usually would lose out to Hatchet.
Right. Right. No,
That's
that's
why
good
people
info.
usually they panic, right? They just try to run away and stuff.
But
But if
actually,
you
you want to
actually
panic into
go
them.
aggressive, if you
Yeah.
go aggressive on the greatsword,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can actually win the trade.
Yeah. Well, because especially if you can damage them while they're in onslaught, while they can't damage you, it's just painful, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Ah, God, that pull in. I'm not a fan. Nice. Okay. Any
But yeah.
other general info for the class? I gotta get going here shortly.
Yeah, now for the class in general, I don't think so. It's really just the main advice I can give is that whenever the greatsword, when you actually when another DD try to fight it, as long as he's in the onslaught stance,
Mhm.
because he will take a shit ton of damage and
Mhm.
try to stay actually close to him. If you stay in like this range,
Mhm.
that's like super good for the greatsword because he outranges basically everything, right?
Mhm.
Even the spear. But if you're close, it's harder for him to hit those heavy attacks that he's pulling off. So you
Got
can
you.
just play around him, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Goes for healers as well. Like if you're a healer and you have balls of steel, you can just stay close. It's way easier to survive super close than
Mhm.
at like 2 or 3 meters away because that's where it's like the death zone, right? Where
Mhm.
where where the homing of the greatsword really kicks in
Yeah.
because you're like, holy shit, that did never hit me, but that's exactly the distance where it hits you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's actually it's really good. I never even thought of it, but I think that's really good advice because I've seen that like exactly the opposite. You really want to range a hatchet, but to think that you want to go in on an assassin is kind of counterintuitive. So I think that's pretty
Mm.
valuable for me. Nice. All right. Well, then I'll upload this. It'll take a little bit, but it'll definitely be available before the war tonight. I'll post in chat intern, I guess. Probably best place.
Mhm.
Cool.